In order to complete the preparation part of the badminton smash properly, several steps must be followed. If you notice the way this elite badminton player is holding the racket, he's using a forehead grip by opposition of fingers, using his deep wrist and finger flexors with his dominant hand, which remains supinated by biceps brachii and supinator. As you can see, his body faces to the side from the net with his non-racket foot forward and legs spread apart by hip abductors in order to create a wide base of support and low center of mass, which increases stability. He abducts his non-racket arm by deltoid and uses opposition of all fingers except the index to point in the direction of the incoming shuttle. Along with this, he abducts his racket arm up to his shoulder height with deltoid and flexes that elbow with his brachialis and partly by the brachioradialis. More weight is placed on the racket foot by slight flexion and knee by biceps femoris and semitendinosus, but center of mass is still within the base of support. His body rotates backward at torso by the external obliques to increase momentum to produce maximum force on shuttle, making it harder to return.
During the execution phase, joints are used from smallest to largest, lower body to upper body, to the shoulders, to the elbows, and to the wrist, and then to the fingers. To do this, the player flexes and extends the knee and hips to apply a strong downward force to create more upward force for the jump, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and movement occurs in the direction opposite of the force applied. Legs are flexed at the knees in order to generate more force when extended, since they are one of the largest muscles, and this allows him to produce maximum force, which is generated when more muscles are used. Also, tucking the legs back brings the center of mass closer to the body to create more stability. His racket arm is stretched back using the rotator cuff muscles in order to increase momentum for the forward swing. It is important to make contact above the center of the racket with the racket face down to increase the length of the lever and to generate torque with the force applied by the deltoids on one end and the load of the shuttle on the far end. The racket makes contact in front of the body, not behind the head, in order to maximize the moment of inertia of the shuttle traveling toward the player. The body rotates on contact toward the side opposite to racket arm using external obliques, and the wrist jerks downward when the racket is still in contact with the shuttle, which allows it to.
After the execution, the player follows through in the direction of the target shot using his trapezius for adduction of the arm. Following through also ensures no momentum is lost during the hit, since if the athlete suddenly stops, injury can occur to joints since that force needs to go somewhere else. The player's arm will want to continue to follow through due to inertia, but stopping will result in a backward force by the muscles on the joints. Additionally, he lands with slightly bent knees with his hamstrings to absorb force that the ground exerts back on his knees through action-reaction. When landing, his legs are spread apart so that he has a wide base of support to maintain stability. Once the shuttle lands in its target area, the player returns to ready position at base.